Oh, Gallimera, Gallimera, Gallimera. Didn't realise I was already going live. Right, as you can see, it's now day 6 of the lockdown. It's an absolutely glorious morning again. The sun is shining bright. You still can't get over that we're in November at the moment. Absolutely brilliant weather. And it's been quite an interesting day yesterday. Quick look at the bike. There it is. There she goes, my pride and joy. Yes. Haven't ridden her in a couple of days. Obviously, can't ride her anyway because obviously we're in lockdown at the moment. People are already coming on board. Nice to see people turning up, which is really cool. Lot of information for you today regards what's happening here in Greece. You might find it a little bit COVID heavy. However, for those people living here and those people just curious about how life is compared to us or compared to you, wherever you are in the world, I think some of it you're going to find very interesting indeed, and how much our lives are not really that much different at the moment with everything going on around the world. So anyway, let's just switch the old screen round. Emma Marco's saying, it looks lovely there, Ginge. It is lovely today. And here's my lovely face. All right. Right. Okay. So what's been going on then? As I've already said, oh, hang on a minute. Just grab me pen in case I need it for some reason. We are into day 6 of the lockdown now. The COVID stats for the last 24 hours are as follows. We had yesterday 2,752 new cases in Greece. Okay, so that brings the grand total since the pandemic started up to 63,321. Now, believe it or not, we've got 2 more cases on Zakynthos and also on Kefalonia. No details as to who these infected people are at the moment. Once again, we'll keep my eye close in the local news and local press, go through my contacts as well, see if we find out any information on who the people are, what their ages are, etc. But at the moment, we have 2 more confirmed cases on Zakynthos, and Kefalonia has 2 also. And our cousins just up the road in Curfew, they've had 6 new cases as well. Unfortunately, yesterday we've had a new record height of deaths, 43 new deaths in Greece since the pandemic started, bringing the total amount of deaths since it started up to 909 deaths. And the average age of people who have been passing is 79 years of age, and most of them have had underlying health conditions as well. It's quite interesting at the moment, the figures for the ICUs, but I'm going to go into the ICU figures in a little bit more detail. But at the moment, there are 297 people incubated at the moment in ICUs across the country. The average age of those who are in ICUs is about 60 years of age. Most of those have secondary conditions as well. And at the moment, since the pandemic started, 347 people have left the ICUs. Anyway, from Friday the 13th, what a date, eh? Because of the rise of infections, it has been decided nationwide that there will be a curfew, a change to the curfew. So the curfew is going to be reintroduced. At the moment, we're on a booking out system, but the curfew will come in tomorrow from 9 p.m. up until 5 a.m. in the morning. And the only reasons that you will be allowed out of your house using the texting system is for medical reasons, work, if you have to get to work, and if you are exercising your pet near your home. That doesn't mean driving all the way down to the beach to go and exercise your dog. Okay, it means exercising your dog around your property. And again, those are the only exceptions for not being out after the curfew. Okay, so, and again on the phone, that is code 1 for medical and code 6 for exercising your pet. All right, work, obviously you must have already had the piece of paper to say that you are a worker and you are going to obviously your work. All right, so that is as of tomorrow. All right, Friday the 13th. Nice way to start the weekend, isn't it? Anyway, going back to ICUs at the moment, the Greek Minister of Health, Vasilis Kyriakas, announced yesterday that 50 further ICU wards will be opened in hospitals within northern Greece. Now, the regions who are going to receive the new ICUs include Thessaloniki, they're going to get 27 extra beds. Alexandra Polly are going to get 5 new beds. Axena are going to get 7. Ceres are going to get 5. Pella's going to get 6. Clavler and Comity, they've not been included in the plans for the hospitals of the regions because they are not able to facilitate further units. That means they can't get any more beds in the locations that they're in at the moment. Now, Mr. Kalatis appealed to all citizens to reflect on the difficult situation the country is in and to strictly adhere to all the measures in place. And that is the reason for that curfew that has been brought in from tomorrow from 9 o'clock through till 5 a.m. Now, at the moment, looking at the total number of ICU beds within Greece, at the moment there are 1,104 beds in total, of which 781 are in use, leaving 323 beds empty. Now, of that total number of beds, 496 of those beds are actually COVID beds specially obviously used to deal with COVID patients. Now, of those 496, 335 of those beds are occupied with people at the moment, and there are 161 empty beds that are COVID specialist beds. Now, non-COVID beds, at the moment, there are 608 beds, and they are ones used for dealing with other illnesses, all right, like people who had car accidents, etc., etc. So looking at the stats at the moment, this mock lockdown measure does seem to be working at the moment, because obviously the reason they brought it in here in Greece was obviously to protect the Greek NHS system. So that it wasn't being overwhelmed. And at the moment, even though the figures for the virus are going up, the actual hospital bed numbers are staying relatively the same and are stable at the moment. But anyway, we'll keep our eyes out to see if there is any increase or any more pressure on hospital beds. Now, talking about hospital beds, Andreas Ammon, the director of European Centre for Disease Control and Prevention, said yesterday that the situation regarding the pandemic across Europe is very, very worrying. And all the indicators are moving in the wrong direction. So he's urging Europeans to be meticulous and abide by the current restrictions, no matter how difficult. Well, to be quite honest, yeah, the numbers of the infections are rising, I've got to be honest, but the numbers of deaths also as well at the moment are rising here. But the hospital bed situation seems to be attainable at the moment. So we'll, again, keep an eye on that situation there. Also as well, non-related to COVID, but also related to ICUs, a Zakynthos woman was involved in a car accident on the island over the weekend. She was incubated in the intensive care unit here at Zakynthos Hospital, and she's been transferred by air to the University Hospital of Ionia, where she remains in a stable condition. So as you can see, other areas, ICUs, are taking patients from us if there is a problem. Now, there's also been another change as well here at the moment, changes in the KTEL bus itineraries for those people who want to get off the island, who are allowed to get off the island because they meet the criteria. Okay, buses are very underused at the moment, with an 83% reduction in travel, and because of this, it's becoming difficult for the bus company KTEL, the national bus company, to obviously put buses on, obviously, and still survive economically. So, as of yesterday, it's one bus a day off the island, and this bus from Zakynthos will leave at 6:30 a.m. In the morning, and from what I can understand, the bus will also be taking passengers for Patras as well. So the Athens bus, which drives through Patra, will be taking people for Patra through. I know a lot of people go to get dropped off at the Rio hospital, but anyway, the bus will now pass through Patra, dropping off people there before then continuing on to Athens. Now, when the bus gets to Athens, it will then return back to Zakynthos at 13:30 in the afternoon, obviously, of the same day. And it will then stop in Patra to pick up people who need to get back to Zakynthos at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Obviously getting to the port of Kalini for 1800 for the sailing from there. So once again, there is only one ferry, sorry, there's 2 ferries off the island, but only 1 bus service off the island. Anyway, just going to see who we've got tuning in at the moment. I see John Clifford is looking in. Got to say a quick hello to Gab Kitchen. Nice to see you here. Tracy Mitchell is also watching as well. Nice to have you with us as well, Tracy. Brett Weston is tuning in as well. Nice to see you. Carol Walker is watching as well. Nice to have you, Carol. Peter Atkins as well says, morning, Ginge. Morning, Peter. I hope you're doing well. Sam Curtis is watching from Brighton. Nice to have you in as well. Andrew Fridge Watkins is watching. How you doing, Andy? What's the weather like in Wales today? Is it as nice as ours, or is it not? Or is that a dirty question to be asking you? Margaret Black is also watching in as well. Nice to have you join us as well, Margaret. Tracy M. Mitchell says, morning, lovely in Cornwall as well. So Cornwall is having some nice weather as well. Emma Marku is tuning in. Nice to have you tuning in, Emma, all the way from Essex. Andrew the Fridge Watkins says, morning, Ginge, blue skies in Wales. I'm so pleased to hear that. John David Hester is watching as well. Nice to see you here as well. Emma Marku says, looking lovely there. It certainly is, my lovely. Steve Caldwell, my old mate from, Storm Live Digital, is tuning in as well. Hope you're feeling well, fella. Nice to have you looking in as well. Also as well, Stephen Hodgson from Concert, County Durham. He's looking in as well. The concert crew. He's a firefighter up there, so I'm not sure if he's on duty at the moment or coming off. There you go. But nice to see you as well. John David Hester says, morning, Ginge. Steve Hodgson says, morning, Ginge. Alan Woodhouse is watching as well. Nice to see you, Alan. Jan Lawrence is watching too. Jan Lawrence says, morning to you both. Have a great day. Thank you, my darling. Carol Walker says, good morning, stay safe. Nice from you, Carol. Graham Chisholm is watching as well. Maureen Elves from around the corner is watching as well. Nice to have you tuning in, Maureen. Steve Hinckley is also watching. Hello, Steve, mate. How you doing? Nice to have you with us. Sam Curtis is saying it's actually sunny skies in Brighton as well. Oh, bless. I'm so pleased about that. And Jack Harmer is watching as well. Nice big shout out. Ex-Raffred buddy Jack. Also William Stewart, Raffred buddy as well. Johnny Hayes, Raffred as well. Nice to see you here as well. Angela Sobrana is watching. Rosewood is watching. John Clifford is watching. Morning, Ginge says your eyebrows need a comb. I think they need more than a comb. They need a little bit of a trim. But we won't be able to do that until the lockdown is over. Okay. Baz Ledbetter is looking in as well. Says, morning, Ginge from Essex. I don't know if it's sunny Essex today. Andy Dance is looking in. He says, morning, Ginge from a sunny Swansea. They have got sunshine in Wales at the moment. Linda Gray is watching from Essex. John Clifford says, tell Jan to stand still. It's a distraction. All right, I'll tell her afterwards, all right? Phil James is saying, beautiful day in Poole. Oh, down in Dorset. Oh, down by the Tank Museum. Go check it out when it reopens. Alison Meldrum is watching as well. Anyway, loads of people tuning in. Just a quick problem. Yesterday's show is up online on Mixcloud and on Twitch. I do apologise yesterday. It seems the broadband at the moment seems to be getting reduced. We're having a lot of issues here in Greece over homeschooling at the moment, where they're using Zoom conferencing and people working from home. And they've tried to restrict people going on the internet here as well in Greece at the moment. For some people, it's the only outlet they've got while they're cooped up in their homes. All right. But anyway, we're having some difficulty streaming yesterday, but managed to eventually get a stream out. Thank you to those people that were watching the stream and tuning in. I know Sam over there in Brighton was tuning in yesterday. Thank you, Sam. I am going to make your birthday show for you, and I'm going to talk to you about that in a short while, about what I'm planned to do for that. So thank you for those people tuning in. Bear with us. It's just one of those things. We're just going to work through. But those people who have been tuning in and also liking the show, and the show that, not this one that's just gone out, but the show before, did really well in the Mixcloud charts, which I'm so pleased about. I'll see how this show does. But yeah, there you go. Right, don't forget, my next show is on Friday. If you want to put any requests, dedications, whatever, messages, pop them in the below. Can I just say thank you to Lauren? We showed her video yesterday during the show. You might still be able to see the video bit on Twitch. All right, go to Twitch. It still stores the video and the music, but they do censor it, unfortunately, on Twitch. But Mixcloud they don't. But it only stores the audio. Doesn't store the pictures. Right, that's it from me. I'm burbling a bit. I've just been told by John Clifford that it's sunny in Brentford, Essex. Thank you, John. And I will see you tomorrow. Ta-ra.